And
I
I
want to
went,
look cute like they was looking at. Here we go.
there you go. And I went ahead
Here
and
we
hit
go.
because I'm weird, and I was like, okay, let me go ahead and do it so I don't forget to do it. Because if you think that I'm gonna be sitting here talking and then didn't hit record,
No, shut up, God. I got duh. I got this. Come on. I'm ready when you ready. Come on, twin.
okay. Oh, listen,
Twin.
listen. That's why I said one
Where
day.
you been, twin?
That's why I said one day when I get flued out, baby, that's gonna be a wrap. I don't know who gonna fly me out, probably me, but still.
You'll be flued. You'll
Listen,
be flued.
tell Dale go ahead and get the Capital One card.
He got Dale got it. Dale making big money now. Dale got it.
Dale, I know Dale got some access to something. I know Dale got access to that.
First of all, Dale the big homie. Dale got access to everything. Dale got it. Dale got the black cards. Dale got all the access. Dale got it.
Baby, listen. What's going on, everybody? So, y'all, for the premiere episode of the podcast, we had to get the one, the only, the Bronx bombshell herself, NYC's favorite. She has starred in projects like The Harder They Fall and Showtime's Deezus and Marrow, but she is near and dear to my heart as Miss Sharice Baker from Wicked City, Chanel Mack.
So happy to be here. What's up, twin?
What's going on?
Twin.
Finally got my bae here. Listen, we 29.
Where have you been, twin?
Listen, working, looking crazy, and just
Never
what?
looking crazy. You always look good.
I look something. I ain't gonna say good. I'm gonna say I look something. But I'm so excited to have you here. I'm so excited to
I'm
talk
so
to
excited to be here.
you.
I'm so excited about your new platform. You're doing so great. Like, I'm
Thank,
like becoming slowly one of your biggest fans. Like, I'm so into your podcast.
thank you, and that's amazing because I'm already your biggest fan. So it's like just hearing that makes me feel like okay, we fanning it out. So that way, when we be worldwide, well, you already worldwide, quiet
I'm
as
worldwide yet. So when we worldwide, we
when
can
we when
fangirl
we
each other.
when we're both worldwide. When I have caught up to you, then listen. I'm gonna just pull this out and be like, don't forget where you came from, because
We'll
even
never forget.
I'm gonna be like, listen, when I was sitting here with my TikTok shop light. And we were sitting here discussing Wicked City. Don't all right.
Ain't nothing wrong with a TikTok shop, child. They be having deals. But
They
anyway,
do. They do. They be having some good deals. You should follow both of us on TikTok. You should. But so today we're here to discuss season one, episode one of Wicked City. Ooh. So we're gonna get into like the thoughts and the memories that you have of filming the episode. But before we really get into it, I just want to know how was it finding out you were going to be involved in the process in the project?
when I found out when I got that initial email from Tressa, initially when I got that email, like just to audition, like them just introducing the project to me, I thought it was fake. No, because I followed like Tressa is like a big, TV film lady. Like, everybody knows her. So, she had like millions of followers. So I was following her anyway.
Yeah.
So to get a random email, it's like, this is scam. What the fuck is this? What is this? But it ended up like being her and her team.
Yeah.
So just getting the audition was just right there an honor in itself. Like I was just happy to audition for a project that big.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then when you got the congratulations email, bitch, sorry to curse, but
You say what comes to your heart.
and I was at work at the time. I was bugging out. It was maybe like a week before I quit. I was too excited. Like it felt like everything is coming together right now. Like it felt it was supposed to happen. So it was so good when I got that email.
That's beautiful to hear because I just imagine like getting something like that and finding out that you're gonna be a part of this kind of project. Not even just this kind of project. For me, it would be exciting to be this kind of project, but just finding out you're gonna be in something new and fresh is just
And
like
fresh. Like, it was just like it was just a testimony of knowing that my name was being spoken in rooms that I wasn't familiar with yet.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because just I knew Tressa and I knew of her production company and all of her productions, but that lady didn't know. She didn't know me. So it was like, oh, my name is being spoken in rooms that I'm not in yet. That's how things
Mm-hmm.
are coming together. So it just felt so good.
Uh, so that makes me wonder because I hear what you're saying, and I feel like I didn't know how this whole process goes because child, I'm from the woods. So did like you submit your name to possibly in the
I'm gonna be on with this. Normally, when I go out for my auditions, I'm like submitting myself or what have you, because I don't have a team. It's all me. But with this, they like remember, like I said, like she emailed me. I thought it was fake. I
mm-hmm,
didn't know it was like really her until I went to the bottom and I'm seeing links and emails and like, oh, this is legit.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So they reached out to me. They told me about the project and asked me to audition.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So initially, I auditioned for Camille.
Really?
Initially, my audition tape was Camille.
That is interesting. I low key want to see that version now.
And honestly, I probably could get you a tape of that. I probably can. I'm gonna hit up somebody and see, even if I get that tape. But initially, it was for Camille. Then got the email back like, "Hey, we want to consider you for this role." And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yes, yes, whatever. If they would have told me, "Oh, hey, so we want you to play the doorknob at the Mystic Haven," yes. You want me to be the inside doorknob or the outside doorknob, or you want me to do both the roles tandem? Yup,
You
I
want me to
did it.
play one of the curtains that they pushing back? I'll do that. I can do
You want me to be one of the amethyst crystals?
that.
I'll be the amethyst crystal.
You need me to be the map that Tabitha was crying on because I can do that. That's
I'll
that's
be remember the crystal that she was holding over the map. I'd have been that crystal. I would have been that crystal and worked as a local. Okay. So that's how hype I was. But yeah.
Well, I'm glad you got Sharice because I this is no shade towards anybody else that might have auditioned for Sharice, but I think you make her iconic because just the energy you bring to her. I've said this before, and I mean this with everything in my heart. Sharice seemed like somebody I know. Like Sharice seemed like if I look through my phone right now, I could just be like, let me hit my girl up and see what she got going on and just
I
check.
like, and I want to say, like, when Serena and Kristen initially came to me about the character, it was like, I think that they were kind of surprised at the way I portrayed Charisse.
Mm-hmm.
I,
Mm-hmm.
I, I initially feel like they weren't expecting me to portray her the way I did,
Mm.
but they liked it. And
Yeah. And it
here
fit.
we are.
Like what I love about Sharice is she's like that straight shooter. She's that friend that's just gonna tell you, like, what I love about it is like when Angela and Mona were in there, womp womp womp. Sharice just walks in.
Like, girl, I've seen this before.
Sharice is like,
Anyway, there's money at the door.
I've been here, done
That's
this.
me.
Like you said, right? We're trying to get to the money, baby. You
Yeah,
can
there's
be
money. I need this for the club. I got some money for you. Like, y'all can finish this up later. Like, and I feel like they initially didn't want Sharice portrayed like that, but when I kind of threw it in there, they didn't stop it.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They liked it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I
So
mean, I think that's what made her her though. Like I couldn't see Sharice being like, "Hey, we're gonna go to the club tonight. Would you like to go to the club?" Like Sharice ain't
that
doing.
ain't Reese.
Sharice needs to be the girl that's walking in being like, "Okay, this is what we finna do. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get me some money, and then I'm gonna go like that. The way you
Yes.
bring that edge to her is what I love. Like the
Mm-hmm.
edge without okay. And then this is another thing that I really love about the show, and again, specifically the way you portray Sharice is she doesn't feel like a stereotype. Cause when black women are strippers and move, they either have like I don't want to use that phrase because I don't want to offend anybody, but they have them being like the poor, helpless, innocent ones. Like, somebody needs to come save me. I need a big, strong man to come save me,
A
or
little damsel.
or they have
And,
like
and
that.
and when it came to kind of give like figuring out what personality that I wanted Sharice to have, I kind of like tapped into the dancers in the New York City, New Jersey culture, like the starlets. You know,
Mm-hmm,
like the girls that are like the bartenders and the strippers, like the dream dolls that were bartenders. You know, you kind of have to be sexy and assertive. So
mm-hmm.
that was the personality I kind of gave to her. I kind of like tapped into what's in my neighborhood. Like this is what I have around here in New York. So
Yeah, yeah.
I made
That
her like
makes
that.
that makes sense, and that worked absolutely perfectly because baby, Sharice was my favorite from the beginning, and I listen. So speaking of Sharice in the show, so the first scene of the show is Camille at her mama's house, and
Mm.
I got a whole thought about that scene because Camille was in a Jeep Patriot. And I had a Jeep Patriot at the time. And I remember thinking to myself, I wonder if she likes that vehicle because I didn't like mine. But that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. And she gets out the car, and I'm gonna make this quick, but she gets out the car to go walk in the house, which is like a mansion. And I was like, oh, so we got money, do we? And then, but we in a Jeep Patriot. And so she gets out, and like she's like, oh, forgot the whatever it was. And she turns around to get it out the car, which couldn't taken that long. And in the 2 minutes that it must have taken her to turn back and get it, like literally this man done come in the house.
Kill
This
your
girl's
mama.
mama done tried to put up a magic guard. It done put the woman's head in a plastic bag. Like all this done happened in the time that it took her to turn around and get this dry cornbread or these Rice Krispie treats or whatever it was.
Whatever, this potato salad she was getting out the back of the car, whatever she was getting.
The potato salad, the whatever it was.
Whatever, the casserole, whatever.
I was like, girl, it can't possibly take you that long to get that stuff out the car. But that ain't, we get that, and then that opens up the story because her mama's like, with her dying breath, is like, you need to go to Atlanta. She gives her a full street address, which she must have believed in Camille to know that she was gonna remember that. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if she had tried to tell me that address, baby, I'm sorry, but you wasted your last
I
breath.
forgot.
I don't know what it was. I
I'd,
probably
I'd have buried my mama and left it alone because I wouldn't have remembered.
I would have been like, girl, I'm sorry. I know you was trying to tell me something, but I ain't had no record out because I don't know what you said. I don't even remember the city.
Sorry for my mom. Sorry for my mom. I don't remember.
I was like, I mean, she gave it a street address. She was like, let me give you the coordinates while I'm at it. I'm like, girl,
And Camille remembered though. She
remember
made sure she took her ass over there to go figure it out.
it was etched. It was etched in her brain. She,
It sure was.
she put the urn in the Jeep Patriot, and baby, they went on that.
And she went going.
Mhm. I ain't trying to laugh. Lord, it ain't funny. It ain't funny. But I was just like, oh, child, her mama believed in her. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, my mama would have been like, go get a pen and paper. She would have been like, I already know what's gonna happen.
Like, hurry up before I
Hurry up.
go.
Please, please run, run. And so we get the theme song, we get the opening credits. Now, I do not remember this being the opening credits, like the scene title card thing from season one.
Right.
But I think it was, but for some reason I keep thinking it wasn't. Because I know it was for season two. It looks so I remember being like, oh, that looks good. And I was like, that's not what they had in season one, right? But I guess it is. I don't know. I don't know. That ain't got nothing to do with me. It was just a random observation. Cause, my brain.
I mean, I just want you to know, like, with season two, like, Dale really stepped us up.
Yeah. Oh, he did.
Dale and, all of our producers, they wasn't playing about us.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
it probably wasn't there in season one, but damn it, it was going to be there in season two. Dale don't play about these wicked witches, okay?
Listen, and I low key think they must have gaslit me, and they went back and added it in season one, so there could be some
I'm
kind.
not, how networks do. They do that to us. They
Mm-hmm.
probably did gaslight us, throw it in there like we didn't see it, that it wasn't there before. But I ain't gonna say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Love my network. I ain't gonna say nothing.
I'm gonna have to try to find it somewhere. I don't know where somewhere is,
You
but
need proof that that's not a Mandela effect. You knew it, you didn't see that before. Now you
Mhm.
seeing it. That's not a Mandela effect. You're gonna figure it out.
I need evidence. I need somebody in production in something. I need Kristen and Serena to like just send me an email and let me know that I'm not crazy. And if that happens,
Because
girl,
they will. They'll email you. They
oh
love
yeah,
you.
yeah, they'll send me an email. They'll be like, "We're sending you a cease and desist. Don't ask about this anymore.
just relax.
Just let it go." And So post intro, we get the first scene, and this is why Loki Charisse is iconic to me. And this is another reason that I was like, I need to have my girl on the first episode. Charisse is the first one we see from the coven. She is the first glimpse into magic, other than, Camille's mama on the floor.
Right.
Um, she's the first glimpse we get of the coven's magic. So the first thing we see of the show is Charisse, and she's with Taj. Now listen, Taj. Taj is my boo. Taj is sweet. Taj is adorable. Y'all were partaking in some substances, and in the devil's lettuce. In the devil's lettuce
The
is
devil's lettuce. The devil's arugula, but
the devil's basil. And Taj is like, Sharice, you really been working. And Sharice is like, yeah, this is my however many bachelor party in 2 weeks. I was like, oh,
mm.
come on, bachelor parties, not Sharice is funding this
It
whole.
was like tri-fifth. I think it was like five, like
Yeah,
tri-fifth.
it was something like that. It was like five. Like my girl was cutting up apparently. And so what was it like working with my bae Taj?
Nah, Saki is great. He's super professional. It was easy to work for him because he's handsome. So I don't gotta pretend like I don't have to pretend like he's handsome. He's a handsome man. And
Mhm.
he's also in shape. So that worked out for me because although I'm slim, I'm a bit heavy. So whenever he had to break, like, hold me up, he could. So that
Mhm.
was great. But nah, he was fun. He
Yeah,
was fun. We would poke at each other a lot, but he was fun.
yeah, yeah. And because it's funny because like Taj is basically saying like, oh, I went on a date, and Sharice is like, I want to hear about your little ashy date, and I'm like,
Yeah,
girl, you want to hear about that man's date
I
because
don't want to hear about that girl on her flat butt. Anyway,
you trying to get that man, and you want that girl to go on ahead and leave him alone. So you trying to figure out where she at, who she is, so you can get out the picture. I was like, mm-hmm.
ain't nobody worry
Mm-hmm.
about him and his little girlfriend. Now I gotta put a spell on her and make her vanish. But anyway,
That part because Taj and Sharice doing some flirting, and I was like, so this must be her bae. And then I was like, oh, we say a friend. Okay, that's what we call them friends these
he
days.
he just a friend. He just a
hmm
friend.
hmm So in the same scene, Mona and Angela, they're in the room and they getting down, they doing their little thing. I had turned the TV down for a minute because all I heard was
Because it was a lie.
some noises coming from the
They
room.
was having fun.
Sharice just walks on in. Sharice walks on in like, baby, I got a question to ask because there's somebody at the door. They looking for their stuff for their product.
It's money out here.
Mm-hmm.
Your
Mm-hmm.
girlfriend gonna be here. She not going nowhere. It's money out here.
She's like, baby, put your magic wand down and come on over here and get me what I need. And Angela is, I'm assuming, a little high on top of everything else.
But
Cause
but Angela is also Cherie's best friend, and that's one thing about Angela and Cherise. They're gonna let you know that they each other's best friends.
that's true.
So look, sis, I got some money for your pockets. Come get this bread.
I'm not gonna
Go ahead.
interrupt you unless it's something that's absolutely necessary.
I ain't gonna stop your show unless it's something that's worth it. I got some bread.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
clearly, Sharice and Angela live in a penthouse. So rent due.
That part, because baby, this wasn't no. I'm just gonna walk on in and hopefully the bread box is still open. This was a nice establishment. This was
Yes.
somewhere that baby cost a little pretty penny, and it wasn't just decorated with some. Oh, we went to Walmart and we got
No,
a.
no, no. That was one oak. That was
See, I'm so broke. I
furniture.
don't even know what one oak is.
Oh.
I don't even know what that is. You could have told me that was an oatmeal brand, and I would have said, "Oh, okay." That,
No, it's a very nice furniture brand in New York City. But yes, they were furnished
oh
in that
yeah, I forgot.
home.
I forgot. We have to remind us that we're from New York. My bad, child. I'm from.
That's one thing about a New Yorker. A New Yorker's gonna tell you they're from New York. That's my problem. I need to calm down. You're right. You're right.
Cause look, if I get to talk about Louisiana, be like, these crawfish, and then we're gonna just both be sitting here because I don't even eat crawfish. So Angela goes ahead, gives Sharice the stuff. Sharice is like, baby, I gotta go on ahead and go. Mona lets the lights down, and I'll be so tickled whenever Mona uses that power because she always does like this,
So
and
she
I'm
always
like
do a little sexy little,
a little something, something with them fingers that
a
choreo.
little tight wrist and a
Mhm,
little
mhm. Them little fingers, and but then it's kind of like she be like, "Ugh," with it too. Like I don't even want to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So
like she tired of her powers, but she
mhm,
got them.
she's sick of it, but it does what it needs to do. So the next scene is Tabitha, and she's at the Mystic Haven, and she's with Jordan. Now Jordan is trying to do a spell, and my girl done broke this woman's cup, and I was
Again,
like, Jordan, baby, we can't be breaking cups. Cups cost a little too much these days.
mugs too,
Mugs.
ceramic mugs.
This was a ceramic mug. This was not made by somebody's child in kindergarten. This was a ceramic mug that Tabitha probably paid a little,
Probably came in a set,
And
little
Tabitha
box of
walks,
four or something.
And Tabitha walks in. She puts it back together. She's like, "Baby, you're not gonna keep doing this with my dishes. You can do it with whatever you want to that you own, but you're not gonna do it with my stuff. Not in the year of our Lord 2022." And their their conversation, Jordan is trying to get her to, look at her spell for Tabitha is like, baby, you need to use what you got. Use what you got. You need
And
to
be grateful for
appreciate
what you have. Stop
be
trying to
great.
like,
Yes. Stop trying to rush towards more. Just accept what
right.
you have, understand that, and go from there. And then Tabitha says I wrote this down because this line was so funny to me. And it wasn't supposed to be funny. But she's like, if you don't start respecting your power, it's gonna burn you. I said, oh, not burn. I said, no.
It was that line I feel was very much foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm.
That just goes back into the genius of Kristen and Serena. Like they
Mm-hmm.
just
Mm-hmm. Just setting it up.
they
Because
setting it up for you. You don't
yep.
even know they setting you up. They setting you up.
Exactly. Because Jordan's power is so it gets the story moving in not in a good way, but it gets the
But
story.
it's moving. It's
Mhm.
moving. It's moving.
The story is a moving. So, that was an interesting thing. And then Camille walks in, and I'm like, or not, I can't remember if she walked in, but either way, I think she tried to go in, it was closed or whatever. And so how Camille remembered that, I don't know. Like Camille, again, back to what we were saying earlier, don't know how Camille did that. She goes, she looks, and she's like, "Oh, the store is closed." And or she goes, sit in the car. She looks at her mama's urn, and ain't nothing else in the car. I was like, girl, you didn't drink no water on the way down. You didn't
Nothing. Ain't no water in the car. No Sprite. Nothing.
no Sprite, no snacks, no
There are
crackers,
no chips in there. No seeds. Nothing.
not the seed.
Okay.
Not she going down the great highway of life. Just
I mean, look. But I mean,
so our next scene is Mona getting home. She's talking to Jordan. Jordan is working on her spell, and she gets Mona to look at it. And Mona's like, I don't want to look at this, but I guess I will. And she's like, okay.
Mona's a good friend.
Mona is
That's
a
one thing
good.
I can say about Mona.
Mm-hmm,
Mona may be frustrated. Mona gonna tell you how she feel.
mm-hmm,
Mona
mm-hmm,
gonna tell you how she feel. But Mona is such a good friend
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
first and foremost. So I feel like that was such an important scene for us to see. So we
Yeah.
can see, I'm quite sure Mona is frustrated with like Jordan, I don't want to look at this shit no more. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look because I'm your friend, I'm your homegirl. So Mona was such a good friend to Jordan. I will say that.
Yeah, yep. And you get a chance. That's the first person that we see listen to Jordan. And I feel like she tried to direct her in a way that Tabitha didn't because Tabitha was just like putting a hard stop to it. And
Like a
Jordan,
no.
she was like, girl, and she said no. I said no, and I meant no. Whereas
Right.
Mona's like, pull the card. What does the card say? And Jordan is like, oh, it means I need to stop trying to whatever. And she got so mad. And Mona was like, she was like, that's what I told you.
Mona was being supportive. I appreciate Mona and Jordan's friendship so much.
Because another thing I appreciate about the scene, and we can move on, is, I wanted to know what Jordan thought she needed to contribute because it seemed like everybody was kind of just working together like as a village, like just
So
supporting.
it's like kind of like why did Jordan feel inadequate? Because her power is an important power. You know what I mean? But She didn't feel like it was. So she was kind of going after what she thought
Mm-hmm.
she wanted, you know?
Mm-hmm. And yep, you are 100% right. This is why Loki Charisse is iconic to me. And this is another reason that I was like, I need to have my girl on the first episode. Charisse is the first one we see from the coven. Just walking in, I'm just talking like, oh, just serving body, yaddy, yaddy, and then getting on that man and like, I know you can do better than that. I want you to know, I have no reason to, but for some reason I practiced when you were like, I know you can do better than that. And you did that little, I was like, baby, he didn't have to be put under a spell because I know for sure he was gonna give you that money anyway. So what was that scene like? Like just the
Let me
walk.
break down the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Please, please
Oh,
let me tell you how that scene was.
okay.
Okay, so it's that night. We gearing up for the scene. Dale has our set designer Kane, who is amazing. Set everything up. Everything is sexy outside and what have you. Boom, it's great. They're like, yeah, this is the bachelor party scene. We're gonna cast extra dancers because there's gonna be other dancers around, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I tell you that they casted these real thick ass strippers in Atlanta, and I was like, hold on, wait a minute, Dale. I'm up here looking like a 12-year-old little boy, and you got these thick ass women up here. Wait a minute, Dale. Don't have me up. Don't embarrass me. I ain't thick like them. It don't stick out like them. Wait a minute. No, the difference that they casted, they were great. They were super professional. It was fun. I'm gonna tell you right now that walk that you see that looks so perfect. We had to do that about 4 times because the first 2 times I fell. I wasn't used to walking in those dancer hills. Like I can, I'm a stiletto girl. I love a Soke Christian Louboutin. I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
But having the dancer, like the pleasers, like the platform hill, when I
Mm-hmm.
tell you I fell over about 2 or 3 times where the PA had to come get me, like, oh. But we figured it out. Dale is
Mm-hmm.
super patient. But we
Mm-hmm.
finally got it down.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Got
Walked up to the gentleman that, he's giving me money, he's putting the money in my garter. It's great. That
mm-hmm.
whole laughing scene, which I know that y'all see is like a couple of seconds. I'll tell you that shit was like 2 minutes or say. They was like, yeah, keep laughing. And I was like, yeah. But yeah, to laugh about for about 2 minutes, but it was great. It was fun.
It was perfect.
It was perfect.
You
But
got
they
what
did
you
have
need.
some thick ass strippers up there, and I was like, wait a minute now.
Like, baby, y'all gonna have to you gonna have to just show them from like the front or something.
Yeah,
From
yeah, you have to unfix them or something. Like
Mhm.
y'all didn't, I ain't do these many squats. Wait a minute now.
I
But
need
nah,
you to
they
put
they
them
caught it. They were
in
great.
like some like blankets, not even a robe. Just put them in a blanket.
Put
Just
up put a cover on her. Wait a minute. Nah, but the dancers that came, they were nice. They were gorgeous and they were so professional. It was fun.
good. I'm so glad that was a good experience because the scene paid off. And woof, that's one of my favorite scenes. After Sharice at the bachelor party, we get Camille. She goes into this house. This I'm assuming it's an Airbnb, but I don't mean it is. She puts her mom on the dresser. And I was like, I didn't mean to say that like that, but she puts her mom on the dresser,
She put mom on the dresser.
she did. She put on the dresser. She was like, why am I here? And so we move on. And then the next person we see is Claudette. And Claudette is a handful. We can tell that already. And she's like, did you get the item? And she's got Darlitra and her brother, who I'm sure they say her brother's name, but I don't recall what it is. And
I ain't gonna hold you. I just know that was her twin. I forgot his name too.
yeah, I she called
But
Darlitra.
that's Darlita twin.
Yeah, like the brother was just bro. He was just bro. And I'm sure he has a name. And I just don't have him. And he was low key
I
looking.
bet you Claudia don't remember his name either.
She the only time she probably remembered it was what she did later on with him, and I'm a hush. Um, but she tells us that she's cloaked the entire house from the council, which is the first time we also hear about the council. So
Right.
we know there's a person who's menacing, and we know that there is now a council. So we know those two important facts. Um, we go back to Camille, who's gone back to the magic store, and Jordan can sense her power, and it's like, "Ooh, girl, what is happening? I feel a lot of something happening." And this is so funny. And whenever Jordan senses power, for some reason, she goes like she's like Charles Xavier from X-Men, and I'd be so tickled
Yo,
because I was like, I really wonder if like that was what they meant to do, because it was like every time she would do it, she'd be like,
nah, I kind of feel like that was more of a Shaquita thing.
yeah, yeah,
Like Shaquita really worked hard when it came to like creating Jordan.
yeah, yeah.
So I feel like that was like a Shaquita input of her like feel
Mm-hmm.
something. And
Mm-hmm.
then when Shaquita gets something, she run with it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I feel like that was I don't remember that like being in this. I feel like that was a Shaquita input and Serena and Kristen liked it and go with it.
And say, keep it, keep it. I got you. I got you. So yes, I love it. Queens supporting queens. Come on, come on. Jordan goes over to talk to Camille, and Camille is like, I'm good. I'm good. And then she goes back there to, Jordan goes back to ask Tabitha, like, do you know someone named Caden? And Tabitha don't
You
even,
saw Tabitha in the back being phony, like, yeah, we
yeah,
don't
on
got
the
that
phone
order.
talking about something. And then
Let me
what's
speak to
funny
your
is she didn't
manager.
even wait for Jordan to fully walk away. She's just like, yeah, I need that order because, and I was like, girl, Jordan could still be standing right there for all you know.
Honestly, nah, Tabitha, Tabitha sneaky. I like Tabitha though. Tabitha,
Very, very, because that was a smart move. Because I just would have been standing there looking stupid. So the fact that she pulled that whatchamacallit, that phone out. So, Tabitha does end up calling somebody, and you know, she says, "Hey, she's here." So the next thing we get is the coven doing the ritual to help Jordan get more, magic.
right.
And so everyone is kind of like, all right, they do their little, I was gonna say spirit of earth, sand, and sea, but that's not what that was. I just, my brain. So the spell does not work, and Angela says the magic doesn't like to be forced. It's not happy right now. And everybody, including I feel like Cherise, just kind of moved past that. Because I feel like that was such a big statement to make, and everybody was like, anyway. And Cherise is like, girl, I gotta go. I'm not,
Right. I'm going to work.
I'm
Like,
gonna go. She just hands the candle over and is like, girl, I gotta go. But I do like the fact that Sharice is very supportive of Jordan, and she doesn't dismiss her. She's just like, look,
right.
just chill out, relax. You are a part of the family. You don't have to try to fit in because we are one.
We a
So,
family. We all got our points. We all play our roles. But
mm-hmm. And I love that. So, in filming that scene, was that the first time that you had done like something magic related on the set?
yeah, so doing that scene, first of all, that scene was fun because we had like the pyrotechnics guy with us and they were like setting up all the smoke and the lights and all of that stuff. So that was fun. That was like being a kid in the candy store, like watching them set that up. But that was one of our like very early scenes.
Okay.
And we were just like meeting each other.
Oh,
Like
okay.
that was a scene like was like very on and like very early in our shooting schedule. So we were like just meeting each other.
Mm.
But the rapport felt so comfortable being on set. Like even though we kind of didn't really know each other like that, we're all sisters.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
It wasn't. It was no like no fight right there. So it was cool. And doing my little spell. I
Yeah.
had sage, I believe.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was fun because Serena and Kristen let us figure out how that spell had to look.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, they had their ideas and they like, we want to see what you guys come in. And then, we put our ideas together and that's how that was created.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
goes back to like, I just appreciate Serena and Kristen like trusting us with their ideas.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Did you
It
have
was
any
fun.
kind of qualms about doing a magic-based TV show?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I would just ask.
Mm-mm. Like even as I'm a Christian,
Yeah.
but even so, it was like I'm blessed and I'm covered. And this is an opportunity that I believe that God gave to me.
Yeah.
So I never felt any way about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I
I
love
always felt protected and covered. I never felt any way about it. And we do get a lot of strife from a lot of people, especially a lot of Black people,
it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
with, magic and what have you, and being demonic and what have
Yeah.
you. But we didn't, us on set, we didn't feel any way. We
Mm-hmm.
were, we were all into it, if not doing more research about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I can
Because
imagine.
one thing we didn't want it to be a parody or,
Mm-hmm.
we wanted it to be authentic.
Yeah. Yeah. Or seem like
So it was a
just
lot
out
of
there
talking with
just doing
Serena and
something to
Kristen because,
do it.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like really into it. Like me, Chantal, Shaquita, we were really all into it.
Yeah.
Mercedes, like we were dedicated to our roles. I ain't gonna hold you.
Mm-hmm. Because it definitely seemed like it was just something that was a natural part of the characters as opposed to like, girl, I don't know. Let me keep
Like
the
we made it look natural. You saw that, right? You saw it. We made it look natural.
uh-huh. Very much so. It wasn't ever like, okay, well, I got this candle, child. Let me keep it up over here just in case, some be done come off of it. It was like, no, I got the candle right here. And like you said, Sharice blew it out and was like, here, girl, I gotta go. It felt like magic was a part of her, but she knows how to put it to the side when it's time to go do something else. Because she knows how to separate the two. Because if it had just been something that was like I feel like forced, it would have kind of been like, oh, this magic candle. And I've got to, so I appreciate the fact that it wasn't
It would
like
have been obvious.
it would have been very obvious. So I appreciate that about everything that you guys put into the show and into that scene specifically. And now our next scene is Sharice with Taj. Again, Taj keeps showing up. And let me stop because you looking at me like that ain't even what we not here to talk about Taj, but no.
Nah, Taj, Sharice can't stand Taj, but we love Saki, so it's all right.
But Sharice has a man that she met at the club there, and she has enchanted him with her power to rub her feet, do chores around the house. And Taj is very kind of like, I love you, I love your magic.
But you
Don't
better
do
not
that.
do it to me.
Yeah, that's where he draws the line. He's like, don't do that to me. And Sharice is like, you sound like Angela talking about free will and whatnot.
Mm.
And I think that's a really important scene for Sharice specifically because it sets up some other stuff that happens later on down the line. But too, I think Sharice is the first one we see where like her innate power, we see what it's capable of. Not just, turning the lights off and whatnot and sensing power. Like this is the first time we see like a power in the show that can, if Sharice wants it to, deal some harm. And that's all I'm gonna say. And Taj is like, baby, this seems off. I don't know about this. And then Sharice and Taj get it in a little bit, and Taj is like, we're just gonna do this with this man here." And Sharice is like, "Baby, he don't even know what's going on right now." So I don't know what question to ask right now, but like those kind of scenes where you have to be very intimate, like, are
I'm gonna be real with you. They threw me and Chris Saki into the fire when we did that scene. I feel like that was like we just got introduced to each other on set. Like, oh, Chanel, this is Chris, this is Chanel, and then like in an hour I have to be on top of him.
Mhm.
But no, they made us very comfortable. But I feel like if I'm not mistaken, when we shot that was the day I met him.
Woo, y'all had some good chemistry. I'll say that.
Shout out to him for him being able to like hold my weight.
Shut up.
Um, but he was the thing about Chris, like he's very professional, so nothing felt uncomfortable.
Yeah, yeah.
Nothing felt uncomfortable. We kind of meshed. We were cool immediately when we met.
So next we see Camille. She got her mama next to her again on the floor.
In the
And
urn.
in the urn, child. I don't know why that keeps tickling me. I don't know why that keeps tickling me. Every time
Cause she gonna carry that urn with her. Her mama gonna come with her.
she gonna keep that urn, baby. She gonna keep if nothing else. Kendria she gonna be right there with her. Camille said, I'm not going nowhere by myself. And
Not without my mama.
that part. And she finds an old picture, like in front of the magic shop, and it's of her and her parents when she was a baby. And so then we go back to the magic shop, and Jordan finds Camille's number. And at that same moment that, she's finding the picture and whatnot, Jordan calls her after she asks Tabitha, like, do you know anyone named Caden? Tabitha's like, no, ma'am, I don't. And Camille has a dream right before Jordan calls of one of her clients that has apparently just passed away.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, girl, I don't know. That's a little too rich for my blood. I don't know about that." Because I was like, "Oh, somebody the spirits." That's when I get to be like, because that's what I appreciate about Sharice too. Sharice is like, "Baby, y'all playing with spirits, and when you start playing with spirits, you get your feelings hurt real bad." And she gives them that one.
Sharice told him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sharice told them, and they didn't listen to Sharice. Hashtag listen to Sharice.
Let's
So
make that a hashtag because they don't be listening to Sharice. But anyway,
that part, that part. Child, let me write that down because that is true. They don't be listening to my girl, and she
they don't be listening to Sharice Tubman when she's trying to take them to freedom.
not
Like
Sharice Tubman.
the freedom. Okay.
Baby, I be having to write stuff down because that is a good one, and I can't. So Jordan, I mean Camille agrees to go meet Jordan, and they go out, they eat, they hang out, and Jordan is like so excited to look through this journal. And Camille is like, baby, I don't even know what's in there. I don't know what half of that stuff is. And Jordan is just like, it looked like your mom was doing a pretty big protection spell. And Camille, I don't know why this is so funny to me, but Camille goes, from whom? And I was like, girl, but then I have to remember kind of what the dynamic is. Like,
Like she don't know.
she don't know. And then Jordan is from the South, like me. So I would have been like, girl, from who? But Camille is kind of like, I assume from up north,
Or
it.
like LA. I believe she's from
Yeah,
LA.
she was from like LA, so she's from around. She's been around. And so when she's like from Hume, I was like, well, yeah, she's proper. Cause I would have been like, girl, from who? That Louisiana would have come out real quick. And we in Georgia, so it's not that far away. Louisiana and Georgia are not that far away. So, but Jordan tells her like, hey, we're trying to do this spell, and we could use another witch. Camilla's like, baby, I'm not a witch. Magic don't exist. Are you okay? Do you need help? Blink twice. And Jordan is like, I can sense the magic in you. You need to be here. And then this scene also reminds us that like Mona and Jordan are actually best friends, like Angela and Sharice are. And just one quick little something before we move on to the next scene. Jordan is in the middle of this club screaming at the top of her lungs almost. And she's like, most people don't even know that magic exists, but we're witches. We are black witches, and we live at the Mystic Haven. The address
You
is.
thought
I was
you
like,
thought Jordan acting like Beyonce, like I've been knowing you since you was 10.
you
You
know what
cannot
you
lie to your screaming.
like, because first off, love be down. If we are in the middle of Olive Garden and you start screaming about knowing me since I was 10 and this man doing me wrong, we got a
That's
problem.
not their business.
That's not their business. These people are here to enjoy their never ending breadsticks, not the never ending tea.
Right.
Can you please? And that's what I'm looking at Jordan like, girl, we are we supposed to be hiding magic? Like, I couldn't understand if magic was supposed to be a secret, because if it was, if
You
you,
blew it up.
it's over. Jordan done exposed it. So it's done. So Jordan brings Camille to meet the group. Everybody's like, hey, Sharice is very enthusiastic. She's like, hey girl, what's going on? And Camille is like, so all y'all think y'all witches. Camille is so, because Angela can sense a lot of power going on. Sharice is very plucky and introduces herself. She's like, my name's Sharice, whatever. And at the same time, I mean, not Camille, but Claudette is doing a spell of her own at the same time that they start theirs. So Jordan is like, for the spell to work, we have to, use our blood. And Camille is like, blood? Girl, we just met at Domino's. And you think that I'm gonna start spilling blood? No, ma'am.
Right.
She's like, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. But they convinced her to do it. And I have to ask you, just out of sheer curiosity, why did they make it look like y'all were slicing y'all's hands in half? Because the way like I know there was like a probably a blood, I don't know how it worked, but I assume there was like a blood pack or something because like Sharice takes a knife and is like and like just digs in her hand. I was like, oh my God. So how did that moment go?
So how it went was, again, Kristen and Serena just giving us our little freedom, to do it.
Mhm.
And tech wise, we had like sponges in our hands
Oh,
soaked with the blood.
got
So
you.
that's where, like, the cuts came from, or where the blood dripping came from. And the way I thought of it was like, look, if Sharice is doing this blood oath, this blood spell right now, she's done this before.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So cutting her hand, like if she did this, well, cutting her hand wouldn't mean nothing to her.
Yeah.
Because the way I thought about it, she's a dancer.
Yeah.
Her hands are already hard.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That is
A
true.
dancer's hands is already hard. And I feel like if she's cutting through her face, she probably wouldn't make a flinch because it's like she probably hurt her hands often. So
Mm-hmm.
it would be nothing to her.
Mm-hmm.
But when we like saw it back and we got the feedback from a lot of the fans, they were like, oh, they didn't flinch. They didn't. And it was like, maybe I didn't think that
Camille,
through too much.
I think they were thinking of through too much because Camille did flinch. Camille was like, "Oh," Camille was like, "Wait a minute, I'm not used to this."
Yeah, because it was like she would have never done that. So her like hurting herself made sense. I think she made like a great choice with that. But for me, with the Sharice choice I made, it was like Sharice is a dancer.
Yeah,
Strippers in New York, their hands are hard because they do pole work.
that part, baby, we got a callus because
So
we're
if
going
she was cutting through the middle, she would probably have to like get through her hand
through.
where it wouldn't really hurt her that much. That was my thought process.
That makes sense though. It makes sense because that was the only thing like necessarily that kind of caught me off guard was like how deep it looked. I was like, these people should have a gash in the hand. And then we just go to picking up candles like everything is fine. I was like, no girl, you got a hole in your hand. You can't be picking up candles, but okay, all right. I got a place in my head for it now. And speaking of Sharice in this moment and knowing what to do, Sharice is the one who tells Camille what to say. And
Right.
I love the fact that Camille had to be told what to say because sometimes they just have it where like this person automatically knows what to do or some kind of magic kicks in and it just happens.
Right.
And Sharice is like, say da 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 da. And Camille is
Yeah,
like,
Sharice is the oldest in the group. So, she's kind of like the big sister. She
mhm,
sees that Jordan likes this Camille girl that she brought over. Sharice clearly likes her. So I was like, she's gonna help her out.
mhm,
She's a big
mhm.
sister to everybody, so she's gonna be a big sister to Camille as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And Sharice's family is the one that's been practicing magic, I would assume the longest in the group, just because she says since before slavery. So
Right. So it's down her lineage. She's familiar with how it has to go.
yes, exactly. She knows the ins and outs. She's like, girl, this is what you say, this is how we're gonna do it. Da, da, da. Just be all right, put this on her chest, and we're gonna be G to G. Um, so Claudette again is doing, a ritual at the same time, trying to enhance the magic that she has apparently borrowed. Now listen, this is when she takes this man's life, Darlitra's brother. And I was like, madam, that's uncalled for.
I mean, is it
It was
what lengths are you gonna go through to get your child?
that is true. That is true. That is
I
true.
will say, Claudette, sometimes they kind of paint her as the villain, but for me, Claudette is a mother.
That part, a mother first and
That
foremost.
is a mother. I'm gonna do what I gotta do to get my baby.
Mm-hmm.
30 years later, 29 years later, I'm gonna get my child.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm gonna do what I got to do to get
So to me, I feel like we should be sending Claudette Mother's Day gifts. I don't feel, she's
that
to me,
part.
Claudette is Mother of the Year.
That part. Because she was doing what needed to be done.
Because I'm
And
gonna get my daughter back.
so were you on like were you like anywhere near the vicinity when like she would be filming her scenes as Claudette or
With Claudia, we were on the sides.
okay,
So I got a chance to like see it from the camera end.
okay.
And when I tell you, like y'all probably don't know, maybe I do, but Rhonda, who plays Claudette, she about this big.
I didn't know that.
She is a Polly Pocket. She is so tiny, but when she gets on set and she's in front of that camera, she is larger than life.
Yeah. Yeah, her personality is like whoop.
Is so like, don't get me wrong, they had to like stack two apple boxes on top of each other, make a stand on because she's so tiny. She's so petite, little waist, she's so small.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you say action, she's
Mm-hmm.
bigger than life. She's a giant.
Mm-hmm.
So watching her from that side of the camera was just so enthusiastic.
Yeah. Yeah. I can imagine.
She kind of put she put the battery in all of our backs every time we saw her on set. So that was fun. Like a lot of the scenes first season with Claudette, I was able to watch from off set.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
So yeah, it was fun. She's fabulous. She's fabulous to look at.
She is. She is. I love watching her scenes and I love listening to her
She's
speak.
fabulous to look at. She's fabulous to listen to. Just to like see her in her creative realm, just figuring out what
Mm-hmm.
she want to do is the funnest shit you want to see. It's so inspirational. Let me tell you.
I love it.
Like Rhonda is an actor's actor.
Yeah. Yeah. Like she's your favorite actor's favorite actor. After we see, Claudette take this man out, there we cut back to the coven doing the spell, and Camille realizes something is wrong with Mona because everyone is like in trance, like they are in it, and but Mona is the only one who's kind of like, and
Right.
so we get this boom, and then Jordan can feel the power flowing through her, and we realize that Mona has gone on to the upper room. So, and then the camera cuts for us to come back next week and find out what has happened on the television program Wicked City. So, so how did you feel about this episode as a whole? Like just being a part of it and like seeing the
I liked how first of all, I liked the way they made the upper room look.
yeah, it looked
I
very
like the whole afterlife
hmm
scenario that Kristen and Serena created.
yes,
You
yes,
know, the upper room, it looked good. And
definitely.
and one thing I did like also, Jordan could have been selfish.
Hmm.
We could have accepted the fact that we lost our friend and Jordan could have had her powers.
Hmm.
But I think it's a testament to the character that Jordan is, where she's like, nah, I don't care about, don't get me wrong, I like this magic stuff, but my friendships are first.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
she was going to do whatever she had to do to get her friend back.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, yeah, I feel like that scene showed you our relationships with each other.
Oh, definitely, definitely, and how everyone's reaction kind of was because Charisse, after this happens, is the one that's like, "We need to call Tabitha. We are in over our heads."
We need
Like,
to figure it out. We need help. We need help.
like,
And
girl,
Jordan is such a proactive character where
mm-hmm,
although she's not as knowledgeable as Charisse when it comes to magic, she's still gonna figure out. There's a book in here.
mm-hmm,
It's something in here that's gonna tell me something. I'm gonna Google it. We
mm-hmm,
gonna figure it out.
mm-hmm.
Because Jordan is a good friend. Jordan is a great friend.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
She's
definitely.
so sisterly.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that scene, it like that first episode kind of lets you know how much Jordan loves her friends, how
Yeah,
much she's gonna take care of Mona.
yep, yep.
Yeah.
Did you have like a favorite part from this episode, like just from a filming
From
perspective?
episode one,
Yeah.
my favorite part from episode one was me getting my foot rubbed.
Ah!
My homeboy, he was nice. But what was funny was that I had people on set rubbing my feet anyway. We had a couple of the PAs, they was just nice enough to rub my feet because I was in those hills all day now.
Yeah, yeah. So you needed a little special attention. You
Come
needed.
on, just a little bit. Like my toes is eating each other now. Nah, but I want to say probably like that scene with Taj and the slave I had. That was fun.
Yeah, yeah. and that was a good display of Sharice's power too. So I think that
Yeah, we got to play with Sharice and Taj with that scene, so that was fun.
and y'all had such a good back and forth. I absolutely love that. So please tell us where we can find you on social media so that we can
So
find.
on social media, you can find me on Instagram. I'm Chanel_Mack. That's Chanel_MACK. Or if you find me on Twitter, because I'm popping on Twitter, it's the Chanel Mac. I'm
Mm.
super funny and I talk shit. So if
Oh,
you're sensitive, don't follow me on Twitter because I'm gonna say what I want. And on my TikTok, what's my TikTok? Chanel Mac 7.
yeah, Chanel Max 7.
Chanel Mac 7. I'm funny on there too, y'all. Follow me.
You really
I
should.
give all of my unsolicited opinions about everything
And they're still good. We love a good unsolicited opinion.
because I'm gonna give it.
Always and forever. So I just want to take the time to thank you and encourage everybody to go stalk you on social media because you really are hilarious and I love following you. But I just want to take a moment to thank you for coming on and just talking to me and just sharing your experiences about this episode because it just warms my heart just to like see how enthusiastic you are about it. And from day one, I was like, Sharice is my fave. Like,
But is it my turn to give you your flowers? I want to say Big G, Never the Little. We all of us at Wicked City, especially me, like we adore you. We adore how much detail you keep with all of our episodes. Like you love us, like you fuck with us, and we love that.
very much.
And I remember you from like season one, very, very early episodes, and to see your platform growing. Like now you have this podcast. I am so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank
I am
you.
so proud of you. And I'm a manifester right now. I cannot wait till you have your daily, nightly show in New York City, like at, Jimmy Fallon's studio or what have you. And you have your own live band and
Listen,
everything. And it's every night at like 11 o'clock after the news. I can't wait because you're going to have that. And baby,
listen.
I better be on the show once a month.
Oh, you already know. You already know. Permanent guest host. What's gonna be funny is I'm gonna start off as your assistant. That's number one. Let's start there, baby. Because when I'm talking about Chanel Mack and Lights, because you've already been on what Times Square,
We,
right?
we, yes, we had a billboard in Times Square.
So
That was lovely, especially I'm from New York,
yeah,
so I
yeah,
don't really know if like don't get me wrong, everybody was excited about it, but I don't know if they really know
yeah,
how, as a New Yorker, how
yeah.
exciting that is. That my schoolmates, people that know me, can see my billboard in Times Square. So that's different. So
Mm-hmm.
we figuring it out. We making it. We working hard.
Yeah, and it's paying off too. It is paying off, and that's why when them names come up in lights, and you need an assistant to help you get everything organized, baby. I'm putting my application in right now.
Baby, we pay you. You don't need no application. You get top dollar. If I got the budget, you got the money, honey.
Listen, we got to look out for each other. We got to be families.
We gotta look. We gotta be here. We gotta look out for each other.
We from Louisiana to New York, baby.
Period.
We all over the nation. We nationwide. Nationwide is on our side.
Hello, because nationwide.
Nationwide is on our.
Outside. Yes, hallelujah.
I love it.
Be a little churchy. You gotta get a little church sometimes.
You got
I
to.
think sometimes people don't know that I'm churchy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I know I'm ghetto. We from the Bronx,
Please,
but I'm a little grew up in the church. We still a little churchy. We gonna make everything a gospel song.
baby, you listen. I'm from the South. I get it. I get it. We can turn anything into a lesson about the Lord, child. Anything. You drop a
Amen.
penny. Well, I thank the Lord for finding it. I thank the Lord for having more than I had before. Listen.
Don't let me testify
Uh, okay, because baby, we'll be here all night,
all day.
uh, all every time.
Hello.
But thank you.
So my question is, we gonna do this every episode? How you go? When I get to come back on this podcast, is what I'm
You can
asking.
come back whenever you want. That's number
You
one.
go. You better bring me back.
Yeah, you can come back whenever you want. That's number one. So I do have some other people for the other episodes, but
Yes, absolutely. Like speak to all my we call each other the cheetah witches. We cheetah girls, cheetah witches. You know,
I'm
speak
trying
to
to.
all of us. You know, everybody got their opinion about everything. You
Hmm.
know, but
Hmm.
when you done talking to all the girls, you bring me back.
I'm so excited. Like I'm so excited to talk to everybody. Like really, and I mean this with my whole soul. I do not think, I told you I didn't think you were gonna. I was scared to ask you because in my mind, I promise you, I was thinking like I'm not gonna ask her to take time out her life, out her schedule to talk to me on this platform where I can't pay nobody. Because that's my biggest thing is like I can't wait to get to the point where I can like compensate you for your time. Because right now I know this is free, this is charity for me. So baby,
This ain't no charity. We want to be here. I want you to know that everybody on the Wicked City team, we all discussed it. We were all excited about your podcast. We talked about it. We discussed it. Like we were gonna be a part of whatever you were doing. It
uh,
ain't no charity. We love you. All
baby,
of us, all of the Cheetah Witches love you.
I
So we
love.
all were excited about being on your platform. Like we're so proud of you.
Don't please listen. I'm prone to crying. Don't make me cry.
You know, me too, girl. You
Please,
know,
like that
but
makes.
we're so proud of you. Like we're excited. All of us are excited.
Thank you. That makes me feel so good. I just, one of my things with this show that I really think is important for people to realize is this is like one of the first times we have seen a show about Black female witches, and they're at the forefront, not just like a side character, not an
Right.
episode, a character in an episode. It's not one where like it's one Black witch and then,
And a
she's,
bunch of other ones. You know, it's
yeah,
about us.
it's about Black women, Black witches.
And
And I just,
although I personally wouldn't, I don't think that, this is something that I would originally kind of be into. But
mhm.
I have little cousins and I have nieces where they watch the show and they see themselves in Jordan and they see
Mhm.
themselves in Mona or in Angela or Darlitra. And it's like I didn't know that we needed that for them, but I'm glad that we have that for them, that they can watch this and they can see themselves. Because like I always tell you, everything I do it for the little Black girlies.
Mhm. Mhm.
The little Black girls that and the brown girls that don't get to really see themselves often. Because I was that girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's certain figures like Brandy is a very important person to me. Regina King, these are women that I saw when I was younger. It was like, oh, I see myself
Mhm.
in them. So I feel like we're doing something important.
Yeah. Yes, very much
Like
so.
I have little cousins, and my little cousins, they'll tell me like, we don't like Sharice. Sharice is a traitor, but we love Jordan. And I just, I get mad at them. But I'm excited that they can look on TV and they see themselves. They see a natural Black girl with natural hair that has glasses, and they feel seen. And
Mhm.
that's what's really important to me.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, I'm proud of all my girls. Like we're doing it for the Black girlies out there. It's representation, especially when it comes to Black entertainers in this industry, is so important.
Yep.
Our
Yep.
fans have to see themselves.
You're so right. You're so right. Because,
So,
I make a lot of charm content. That's been my, before I discovered Wicked City, like Charmed was kind of my like thing. And it, still continues to be because Charmed is a show, and I'm not trying to compare, that's not what I'm trying to do. Because I think Wicked City is in a lane of its own. So I
right.
don't like being like, oh, Charmed, da 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 blah, blah.
But
But
no shade. I'm a girl from, I know I look young, but I'm a girl from the 90s. So I loved Charmed.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So I know, like, I'm so excited that we're on a project where everybody that loves shows like Charmed, they get to have a show similar to that, like that, but see themselves.
boom, boom. There you go. There you go.
Is it's such a blessing to be a part of this production. I love these girls. Those are my sisters forever and ever. Amen.
Yes, yes. I'm so proud of y'all just for doing this and for being a part of what I think is history because it's just, I mean, I don't even know where to start with it because it's just, I'm gonna wrap it up, but it's one of those things where people kept saying, I want a Black Charm, I want a Black Charm, Black Charm. And what I love about this is it's not a Black Charm, it is its own show. You have your own.
And another thing I want to say, a lot of people ask for a Black charm, and it came out with Wicked City, And I appreciate a lot of the fans that kind of gave us grace
Yeah.
that first season.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I appreciate the fans that tuned in and they gave us that grace. Don't get me wrong. I think season one was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But I can understand how viewers could watch it and like have their critiques about it. But they gave us their critiques and they still tuned in.
Yes. Yes.
Like
Very.
we like Wicked City fans,
Mm-hmm.
our wicked witches and wicked warlocks around
Mm-hmm.
the world, our fans, like they held us down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They gave us our critique because that's one thing about Wicked City fans. They gonna tell you how they feel.
Baby, listen, okay?
They gonna tell you first. We ain't like that. We ain't
Uh-huh.
like that scene.
Mm-hmm. Because baby, listen,
Sharice, your wig was crooked. We ain't like that. They're gonna tell us how they feel, and they're gonna tune in the next week.
and be like, okay, the wig wasn't crooked this week. All right.
Well, hold on, your ponytail wasn't in the middle of your head. What's going on? Why Jordan stressing us out like this? What's happening? And
Mm-hmm.
they tuned in every week and they support us. Like the Wicked City Warlocks and the Wicked City Witches that we have around the world they held us down. They're like our barbs, you know.
Baby, you know
I love that.
that part. Because baby, you know, I was a very much and still am a Sharice apologist. When people were like, Sharice is the one who did. Listen, Sharice got a reason why she did what she did, and we need to.
You better be an apologist because I'll be fighting with them on Twitter. Look, y'all, I know she a traitor, but give her a second now.
Can you let my girl breathe for just a quick
Let
minute?
her. Angela's still her best friend. Hold on now.
Okay. Oh, okay. Like, baby, this other girl done come up in here and thrown the symmetry off. Can Sharice please just react how she gonna react?
Like, let me breathe. But I know it's fun talking to her because our fans engage with us. Like, it's fun. I love being a part of this project.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I love it. I love it. And you know, love season two. And hopefully we're gonna love season three. We're
By
gonna
the,
keep
by the,
our
by the
fingers crossed.
grace of God.
Keeping our fingers crossed to hear about a season three. And
Everybody keep your all of everybody watching. Cross your fingers, your toes, your eyes.
whatever you can cross, cross it. If you can cross something, cross your legs.
Cross them.
I know that might be hard for some people, but try anyway.
Do it for us, please. For us, if nobody else.
Just this one time. Just one time. You ain't got to do it never again in life. Just do it.
I'm lying because if we get a season 3, we're gonna need y'all to do it for season 4. But
Part.
just do it for now. Let's focus on the now
Just know annually, you got an annual subscription to closing your legs once a year.
and crossing them.
That's it. Crossing your legs, closing them. Just keep them together for once a year. That's all we need. That's it.
That's all we need.
Mm-hmm. Just collectively, we're gonna do that.
You hilarious.
I try every now and again to be a little entertaining.
Nah, you're mad funny.
So this is my favorite part. So we are gonna take us a little selfie, and yeah, I love taking it. That's one thing I want to do is like just to show the.
I want my diamonds for you.
Oh, come on, diamonds, come on.
Only for you.
Yeah, listen. I feel special. I feel opulent. I feel like I'm somebody.
You are somebody. Because you are somebody.
Listen, don't get me all right. Don't get me to shouting. Don't get me to shouting.
Because
It'll happen.
next episode, when we do it again, then we're gonna do our shout.
That part. That's when we'll shout. That's when
Because I'm gonna shout with you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We do our selfie.
Yeah, we're gonna do our selfie, and then we're gonna do. So you can do a little pose. You can do whatever you want to do, and then I'm just gonna all right. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Girl, what did you say that?
You saw that it was balloons. You saw that?
It was blue. It's girl. All right. Okay.
Want to do another one? Hold on.
Yeah, we can do another one. I ain't put my hand up this time because I ain't trying to. I don't know what that was. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Look at us. Oh, ate that up. Ate that up.
We ate that. You saw that?
Ate that. It would look so good. It was delectable. It was delectable. But anyway, thank you so much again for being here. Big Chanel. Oh, my big Chanel.
Big G, never the little.
Never and never.
Never the little.
That-
Please, have your people reach out to my people so I can be on the next coming episode.
Yes. We'll have the email sent, and once they let me know what it says, dictated, not read, we'll be in contact.
Sure, you already know.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end the episode here. And thank you again for showing up and showing
Of
out.
course. I love you so much. I'm so proud of you. This is going to be a great podcast. Like,
Thank you. It's gonna be so fun, and I can't wait to pick out the episode that you're gonna be back on.
yeah, that's it.
Bye.